two extremely old books about, well, they're both about Melrose really, but both of them describe a tower and a village in the vicinity, probably Galashiels now. And the tower and the village were known as the Westhouses. Do any fragments of the tower or the village still remain? Let's find out. The height of July in summer is not the best time to come exploring, as you can see. This area where I am now is known as the Pavilion Estate these days. Where it's thought stood the Tower of Westhouses, a tower which had the name Ormistons. That was the name of the family that owned the tower. Just above the door, and the date 1581 was inscribed in it. It's thought that the tower was removed in 1811, probably for this agriculture which you see now. The source for that is a J. Freer. It was written in 1891 in the Berwick Naturalists Club. Apparently there are no traces of the tower left. I'd love to get my drone up there, but there's too many horses and stuff, I don't want to scare them. But I'd imagine any tower, according to Freer, it was on the high ground above the Allen Water, so I would imagine it would be right on that corner there to offer sort of maximum protection. I bet if you get a drone up there in sort of drought conditions, there would be some evidence there of this tower. Westhouses Tower, the Ormiston Tower, would have stood at the top of this hill here, with the river at this side, hill at this side, and probably big ramparts at the other side. And there are tracks up this hill which look like more than just dog walking trails or something like that. Maybe they were, you never know, roads to the castle at some point. You can see how steeply defended the castle would have been on this side. It's difficult to even climb up there, never mind attack somebody at the top. What Freer does say is that the tower stood northwest of the Inn of Westhouses, and apparently it was a two-storey building, but it's now a one-storey building, but it does still survive. So let's have a look for that. Pavilion estate buildings here. Most of them are quite modern. There's some 19th century. I think the main sort of mansion bit is 19th century. But let's have a look, see if we can see this really old one-storey inn building. Yeah, it's this little white building at the entrance to the road here, which I think would have been the inn building. It's been kind of rough cast and smoothed over, but it's definitely an old construction. And then northwest from there, right northwest from there, is that promontory up there, where I believe the tower would be, and that's how it was stated to be northwest from the inn. Yeah, that's definitely quite an old building, isn't it? So there's your inn. The village was at that side, but there's no traces of that because the new pavilion's been built on top of it. And the tower was up there. But there's one other source talks about this Westhouses complex, if you like. And it's a J. Wade and his 1861 history. of Melrose Abbey. And not only does Wade talk about the tower, the Ormiston's tower up there, and the village and the inn, but he also talks about Westhouses Mill, Westhouses Corn Mill. A mill which was razed to the ground by the English, in the words of Milne. But is there any evidence of the mill left? Well, there is. Now, I read about this mill some time ago in quite a modern book by Margaret Lawson of Galashiels. And she said that this mill down here on the Tweed was the first mill in Galashiels, so I was looking for something quite modern, quite 17th, 18th century. But it's far older than that. It's been a corn mill. And there's stunning evidence of the mill down here still. This is the site of the mill here, supposedly. You can see the River Allen coming down here from Elwyn Glen, where I've just been. Flows down to the Tweed there. But right from that direction there is another offcut of the River Tweed, which I thought was natural. But it would seem that that has been a man-made channel to turn the wheel of this corn mill. The channel was dredged to power the wheel that powered the corn mill which sat here, Westhouses Corn Mill, from the 16th century. Quite amazing, really, I think. It really does, you know, the more you look at that channel, you can see it's more natural. All the little burns around here and side splits of the river are all kind of stony and fast flowing, and that one's just doesn't look right at all. And then when you're on that island, and it's difficult to see in this time of year when there's so much vegetation, but when you're out on that island in the winter, there are loads of bumps and dents and man-made features on there, I can guarantee you. So Margaret Lawson was right. This was the first mill in Galashiels, but it was a lot older than I thought. 16th century. Westhouses Corn Mill, and Westhouses village and tower. So if your name was Ormiston or Ormiston, and this was probably your seat of power during the reaving times. Anyway, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel Mark Nichol for more adventures in the north of England and south of Scotland. Or if you're watching on Facebook, please like the page at Discover Scottish Borders.